Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today is another episode of Pen of the Week, a video series where I highlight a pen and an ink combination I'm excited about using this week. These are favourite pens and inks of mine, so they're not so much reviews as just sort of showing what I'm writing with and sharing that with you guys. So thank you for watching and supporting this series. First thing I do is I recap last week. So last week I had the Opus 88 Coloro demonstrator with a steel broad nib and Robert Oster Deep Sea. Really lovely sort of dark teal ink, beautiful, so nice to write with, and this pen is just such a joy. I'm still going with it. There's still ink going and going for days because the capacity of this pen is just so high. But it's great. So I actually suggest if you like slightly bigger pens, check out the Coloro demonstrator model. I think there's a few different colours of it now as well, other than just the clear, which is what I have. So it's a really, really nice pen in the hand. So check those out if you get a chance. Now, staying with a similar sort of colour range for this week, I have the Penbbs 456 model, which I have in the cloud material, with a Goulet Jowo steel nib, which I swapped in, and Monteverde California Teal. So let's talk about this pen and ink. So firstly, the pen. The 456 is a vacuumatic filler, so it's got the little plunger that goes down that when you press it, it creates a vacuum behind the plunger and then sucks ink up into the pen. Really great filling system, normally on much higher end pens. Some Viscontis use a thing called the power filler system, and of course the Pilot Custom 823 is one of my absolute favourite pens, has a vacuumatic filler on it. But really, really cool filling system, good ink capacity. You're able to shut it off, so when you fly, which is what I did with it last week, you can actually not worry so much about ink spilling out and things like that. So it's really, really, really cool. So this pen, and that actually goes into the filling system there, as I said. One thing I love about this pen is and this model pen is the finishes available. Penbbs do really nice things with the material. As I said, this is the cloud material, which I quite like. There's a huge range of them. Check them out on eBay and Etsy. They're reasonably priced pens. They're not the cheapest Chinese made pens, but they are sort of reasonably priced, and they do some interesting things. There's also a version of the bulk filler filling system as well, which is less successful. I actually prefer this vac filler personally as a general design of the pen as well. So the other point I put here for this pen is in the hand. So it's got a nice long section. It's not a particularly wide section, but it's comfortable, and the whole pen feels very comfortable in the hand. And being a number 6 size nib, you've got quite a nice distance between your hand and the paper to write. So it feels very comfortable. You're not having to do a whole lot of work. Now, as I said earlier, I've swapped this out for a Goulet Jowo nib, which is a steel, and I've put a medium nib on there. I'm not a huge fan of the Penbbs nibs that come on the pen, either the fine or the medium. They just don't have the right feel for me, particularly the fine nibs. So I swapped it out for one of these, and you can, because it's a universal sort of number 6 size. So I don't think it looks cool with the black. But yeah, so it writes beautifully. Everyone knows these Jowo nibs are pretty reliable. And Goulet make them very available, which is nice. Now let's talk about this ink. Now, as you can see, California Teal, it's not so much teal as sort of a rich sort of almost emerald green. You can see there on the swab that on the swatch there that it's got some lovely sheen. It's quite rich and dark, and some beautiful shading in the ink. And actually, the lighter shades of the ink are very, very vibrant, which is nice. Now this ink is available in a bunch of different forms, so different sizes, which is one of the things I like about it. So I just get these 30ml bottles, but you can also get the 80, which is wonderful. And now Monteverde, I'm not sure if California Teal comes in it, but the Monteverde also do cartridges of their ink. But what is really cool recently is they've introduced the ink capsule, which is a 50ml plastic vial that you get one full one and one empty one, so you can either like split it or you can transfer other ink into it, which are great for traveling and filling on the go and things like that. Whether it's a great gimmick or not, I'm not sure yet. I will be doing a more in-depth look at it at some point. But Monteverde inks are great, and they're more and more available everywhere you go. So they're just wonderful inks. And as I said, they're the sheen. Not super sheeny like, say, some of those organic studio inks, but nice halo sheen. You get a couple of pops of it in the writing, but really it's just a nice little bit of sort of interest occasionally. So let's do the writing sample. And as always, I'm writing from Dracula by Bram Stoker. And this is where we left off. So one thing we can see in here is that it's quite a smooth nib. These Jowo steel nibs are pretty good. They're not the wettest nibs, but with an ink like this that is fairly wet and a pen that has a good flow, you are putting down a lovely sort of rich line of ink. The nib is reliable. It writes first time every time. It rarely hard starts. It just really is just such a lovely pen to write with. And as I said, the feel in the hand of this pen is really nice, and it's actually very, very comfortable for long writing sessions. So yeah, just a lovely pen and lovely ink. And you know, as I said, not the cheapest Chinese pen, and Penbbs pens are getting more and more expensive, but with this unique filling system and sort of the nice materials, I think it's a price that I am personally willing to pay, and that I think a lot of people are willing to pay. So yeah, this was the Penbbs 456 with Monteverde, California Teal ink. I hope you found this video interesting and useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications button if you want to stay up to date with the videos that I produce. Please feel free to get in touch using any of the platforms listed below. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at @the_offstage_me. You can comment on any of my videos here, or you can drop me an email or anything like that. If there are products you think I should be looking at, let me know. If there's a way I'd like to support the channel, get in touch and let's see what we can do. In the meantime, enjoy your pens, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you later.